critical areas where we want to try to develop strength or power.
He's a heavy size of the arms, probably.
Single leg extension, I'm going to have you do it one time a piece. All we're doing is single leg extension is Jordan's in on the leg. I want this guy getting heavy hips, cross. Okay, stop going. Okay, the focus here, I'm going to go through quick. Eye to the biceps. Eye to the biceps, inside arm. Okay, cannot be below the lock. So I can't be here, guys. I got to get my eye to the bicep in order to have that power to pull in. Critical. Every good wrestler can suck in a leg after they sprawl. Okay? All I'm focused now on is to create what's the word I'm looking for?
Angle.
Huh?
Angle.
Height. Okay? I want to create height and keep that height. I don't want to give it back. If I give it back, I lose the leg. Okay? Jordan's going to suck it in, create height, create the angle. Okay? Doing that 8 times. Single leg extension, one arm. I'm sorry, single leg arm drive is what we call this. Okay, we shoot. Heavy, I got a bite on his thigh here. See, he's got a bite on his thigh. Okay? He's going to use that hand. He's going to drive, fill the leg out. Okay, and finish. Just power. Power with our head. Strong shoulders, strong back, strong head into them. Okay? Can you see it again? You got it.
Yeah, one more time.
Huh?
One more time.
Okay, one more time. Go again. Strong head. This is a strong head position. Get the head strong. Strong shoulders. Boom. Okay, head coming up. Single leg drive. Double leg lift. Okay, we're never going to do this in a probably a match. We're not going to pop this like this, but what I want them to do is for them to be able to lift. I don't want them to lift them at the waist. I want them to pop in and lift with the hips. Come on, pop them up. You see this, where they're lifting here, okay, with the back. Yeah, anytime we lift, anytime we pop through, anytime we run a guy down, hips got to come through to run him down. Okay, go. It's not a football tackle, it's a wrestling tackle. Big difference. Hips, head never dropped. Okay, he could lift him. Go do it wrong once. Drop your head and lift him. Don't want that. Okay, want the hips to follow. Okay, the hips to follow. Oh, good. Okay, just double leg lift, deep crunch pop, just popping it. Getting in high crunch position, popping through, stepping through and popping. Okay. I call it deep crunch pop. High crunch extension. One hand on the knee, one hand on the mat. Heavy hips. Heavy Garrison, heavy hips. Got to finish here. Get strong with the shoulders, strong with the head, strong with the back. Knee slide. It's all about knee sliding with the inside knee. And boom, changing off. Okay? Heavy hips there. We want to recover. So these are all skills. These first 5, can I go 3, 5. These first 5 is all about skills when we got in bad position outside that double leg pop. Okay? Single leg, I'm on leg. I'm hanging. I'm not going to stalemate it, I'm going to score. Okay? High crotch, back to the mat. Simple little routine here, just getting some practice in. He lifts him, puts him down with cross leg one, put him down, go. Let's go through 2 of them, 3 of them. Popping, learning to pop. Getting some of these inner fractures. The way we put him back down, he went through 3 different skills right there to put him back down. He lifted him, he cross-legged him, cross-leg, and then he heavy forearm to the thigh. Cross-leg, and then heavy forearm to the thigh. 3 different ways of putting him down. Okay? Back to the feet, tight waist chop. Just getting in the habit of when guys go brace, big strong guys, we need to learn to take the body over the arm rather than chopping the arm. Okay? Good riders and good guys that are really good at tight waist chops. This is what they do. They don't chop the arm. They take the body. It's like a what's the freestyle move? Trap arm gut. It's like a trap arm gut. You know, you're driving the body over the arm. Okay, and the key to this drill, this function drill, is he needs to be wide and he needs to be stiff. He needs to say, just like in competition, the guy didn't want to get busted down, okay? He's going to be wide and stiff. He's going to hold base. He's going to hold his base, okay? We teach our guys never, and I believe this, and this should be a motto that you have in your room. If we're good, we never go to our belly. Never. Okay? I might get ridden for 30 seconds, 35 seconds, but I never go to my belly. I should never be on my belly. Okay? Go. Chin. Just left, right a couple times. Go. Carry the body. Stand behind. Good. Keep going. So he's putting the arm, the hand on the arm, and he's driving that body over. Knee in the ass. Okay? He's not coming cracking down on him. We call that the tight waist chop. Tight waist chop drive. 2-on-1 cheap tilt series. Take them through the traditional tilt, the jump across, and the under row. Working on cheap tilt here. He bellies down. I'm jumping across, rolling him through. He bellies down. Jumps up to his knees. I come underneath. A lot of skill involved in that. So I'm going to try to show that cheap tilt stuff tonight. Doing that 8 times, that routine. 3 tilts, 8 times, that's 21 tilts in less than a minute.
Is that near side, far side, on the roll?
Near side tilt, far side tilt, when do you do it, when do you jump across? Those are things you need to know. And then what do we call it here? Undertow. Huh?
The Eastern,
Oh, the under.
the Eastern classes.
Okay. Arm back to back. Okay, stiff arms. You guys can do this drill. Okay, hands out, hands out, hands out. On our bar arms, the one that Zach's covering today. I don't know if he mentioned this. We attack the hands. We run the body over the arm, just like we would on the tight waist chop. We're running the body over the arm. So Jordan's coming up, going to his wrist, gets high. See how high he is. And when he grips, he goes in grips, like Zach was saying. He puts that ring finger or that pinky, okay, no lower than the wrist. Don't go lower. We grab the fat part of that hand. We control the hand and we control the wrist from rolling out by controlling the hand on our bar arms. Okay? From here, all we're doing is driving the body over, putting it to his back and switching arms. Okay? He's not trying to pull that arm underneath. He's driving his body over it. And he's doing that with his forearm. Do it again. Okay, stop right there. Now, what he's doing, okay, from here, is he's digging his toes in the mat. Okay, go ahead. And he's driving. Clear to that side. That's how we clear the arm to the back. Both sides, just keep doing a couple more. Come on, just tighten up, tighten up. Make him do it, make him drive it. Yeah. Welcome to Stillwater. Keep going. Oh, that's tough. Good stuff. Okay, you all right, Case?
Yeah, I'm good.
Forearm to back. We always put it to the back. Tight waist roll hip heights. This is a good one. I say we should never be on our bellies, but it's a good drill for high school kids. It's a good drill for us. We're flat on our belly. Anytime we want to clear, anytime we want to come off our belly, there's 2 ways. We can roll off our belly, or we're rolling, dropping our hip into it, and hip heights out, or we can slide a knee up and push back into it. Okay? If you guys need to understand that when somebody gets broken down, you need to make sure your kids execute properly how to build their base, or they'll never get up. Okay? I got a lot of young kids that I coach, the freshmen I get coming in, that don't know how to come off their belly properly. Okay, it's a simple thing, and it really is going to be an indication of whether, you know, you learn to get off the mat rather. I mean, after you get broken down, whether you learn to be able to recover and get off the mat quickly. Okay, if you don't have any of those skills, and I teach them now, okay, it's going to take them a year to really develop it out of instinct. So this year could be a problem for some of them. Okay, just because we show them doesn't mean they learn them. Okay, it may take a little time for it to become instinct and being able to do it. One thing about teaching someone something, they say it takes 20,000 times before you can learn that skill and be able to execute it in the heat of battle and competition. It's a lot. I don't know if it takes that much. That comes from the USOC and swimming and wrestling and all different sports. But I do believe 10,000 is probably right for me to be able to hit it and execute. So, real easy stuff. What are we doing? Row hip highs. Okay, tight waist is on one side of the body. We roll into the tight waist. We slide our legs under, hip highs down and away. Easy stuff. Okay, tight waist roll, hip highs. Build from the bottom. It's a physical drill. You want to learn how to build from the bottom. You're down. You mounting. Okay. Here's the other way we come off on. We pull the knee up. We pull the knee up and we push back up into that knee. Rather than we see traditionally, you know, a lot of kids get broken down and they want to do this. Okay. Okay, this is the worst thing to do. You get good guys with chops and mars and kill you with this stuff. Okay. So all we're doing, Jordan got broken down, he's pulling the knee up and pushing back into it. Okay, and standing right up. Hands come off the mat, the hands never go back to the mat. Okay? And the reason you want to make sure that happens is that their head and chest is getting back over their hips to come up. Okay? I don't want to push up here. I wouldn't want to be here and then push up to my hands. Okay, here we go. I got to deal with another chop. Okay? So when I push up, I want my hands coming up. I'm ready. Okay? Come up. And we're going to carry his weight for the physical part of this drill. Go. So it hugs that body. Makes it carry that weight. Okay? Another good drill here that I'm going to add for you guys, okay, is goes back to the putting them back to the mat, is working really for the bottom guy on this, okay? Case is behind him, he lifts Jordan to put him back to the mat. Jordan's knee sliding immediately and back on his feet and escaping. Good. Focusing on the hands. We don't want to let him relock those hands. Okay? Don't let him relock those hands. All right? We don't want to get to our feet the second time and he's got another lock. We've done lost that lock. Okay? He put me in the air. Next time, okay, I'm getting to the hands. I'm beating that lock. Go. You didn't beat it that time. Gotta let go of the lock here, stud. Can't cheat. Cheater. Good. Okay, it's a race to beat the hands. Okay. Now, if you notice one thing what Jordan's doing, work quickly here, is that when he gets lifted, he's pulling his knees up to his chest here. Okay? So he can land with them underneath him. Okay? Instead of staying laid out. Because if we stay laid out and we get put up in the air and we stay laid out, we're going to land laid out. How can you immediately pop back up? I got to go back to pulling my knees back underneath me and building my base. Okay? Good drill. Good drill. And that's a good conditioning drill as well. That's ride and roll. Okay, really working for the top guy, just learning to stay with the hips. All we're doing is putting our feet in here, throwing our two ankles outside, locking them in, hugging in here, and all I want Jordan to feel is how I float with the hips.
Crap, right.
You guys start to do rolls, side rolls, how I go with him, how I float with him, how I build back up, go. He goes forward, he goes back, he goes every direction, go. The younger a kid can get this feel, the better he becomes as a rider. I'd have 10-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 7-year-olds doing this in Little League club. Okay, they're going to throw them off a lot. Okay, but as they develop, just kind of flow. Know which way to put your head. Sometimes guys get their heads kind of torqued because they look right into the road and then tucking it in the other direction. So just some instinct things that you need to learn. Go again, go hard, cut the cake. Forward, back, side to side. Throw him, give you $1. Hey, I'll tell you what, here's what we'll do. Put the freshman on top, you throw him. These guys have been doing this about once a week, twice a week. So they're getting better. Ready? Go. Got the idea? Okay, actually it was really good case because you see how he's got to go with him. You know, he did a real good job. Now that's extreme there, all right? But that's really what you want. How you look at it. You got to be a little careful because you get injured. But just learning to flow. You know, I'm not giving Case a chance to chop an arm real quick. It's just learning to go with the hips. That's the key in riding. Okay, staying hip to hip, not letting the guy's hips separate. Guys that escape from you, get reversals on you, do stand-ups on you, they've got to separate their hips. Once they separate their hips, they can get away. Stand-up, that's why so many can't stand up, because everybody's tripod now. Everybody's doing this baby stand-up here. And they come up and their hips are glued to the other guy's hips. Okay, I've got to get hand control and get my hips separated from him in order to get away. Well, tripod stand-ups drive me nuts. Let's do a leg in drill. Just right leg comes in, we're slipping it, sliding down. Just the feel. I want this feel of when a leg comes in, I react. I don't wait till I get my butt busted down or get cross-bodied. So leg comes in, boom, we're reacting. Arm slips. Okay, leg comes in, let's sit low, feel, head. Good. Left leg, right leg, jump. Arms, go. Left hand, leg. Leg coming in, boom. Set him. Gotta drill these. Gotta drill these. Most of the good guys that get out of legs is because they immediately feel it coming in and they react. They don't wait till they get pressure across because the guy gets to an ankle. You know, it's a whole different story then. You know, it's about keeping your base. Escape legs, you beat legs by beating them when they're coming in. Okay? I'm not talking about catching. I know we can catch it, but what if I didn't catch it? What if I just feel it getting locked in before he starts to position himself, put some pressure in on me? Boom, I'm setting to his hip, I'm out. Boom, I'm arm slipping him. Okay? How many is that? 14. The last one I do, because I think it's important in just developing our back arch. You know, go ahead and go two over one, step over, and we're just popping, go. Okay, nice and easy. Keep it collegiate legal. Keep it collegiate legal. Huh? No, just keep it collegiate. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go, back up. Giving guys the ability to build some confidence in if they have to throw. You know, every good wrestler, real good wrestler, over and unders. Go ahead, pop your arch in that over and under. Developing our arch, really developing our arch. You know, in freestyle we do belly to backs every day on those pads over there. That pad, we got 2 of them. Every day we're belly to back, putting them on their head. They're not losing that arch, okay? And Zach, we got anybody going over throws? I think I'll do some of them. Okay, anyway, don't lose your arch. Keep it in your practice, okay? We want to make sure we always keep that arch in our practice, okay? Two different, go step around, pop, and then go lateral drum, okay? Popping those hips. Two over, high step. Okay. Every great wrestler has the ability to throw. May not see it a lot, maybe in 1 out of every 10 matches, but when he needs it, he's got it. Instead of bailing out, scared of it. I don't want my guys scared of it. I want them to pin their ass. Throw them and pin them. Okay? There's your 15. I've got a few more, and I'm developing more. There's several more I have that I'm working on, but I'm not ready to get to you. But those 15 are good. Those first, my favorite 8, if you wanted, it's hard to do all 15 in a practice, but my favorite 8 is the single leg extension, number 1, my number 1 favorite. I get extended, my hands are locked, find a way to score. Okay? Single leg drive, I love. Let me look at my list. My favorite 8 is this. Single leg extension, single leg arm drive, double leg lift, deep crotch pop, high crotch extension, driving across, back to the mat. Back to the mat, stand up. Okay? The back to the mat is us really working on lifting, cross-legging, heavy pressure on the thigh, putting them back to the mat. Back to the mat. Stand up is for the guy that's getting put back to the mat. I want to see that reaction. Okay, I want him to get 8 of them in. I want that guy to just do the putting him in the air and back down. Tight waist chop drive, bar arm to back, and then tight waist roll hip heist. Guy's got a tight waist on me, and I'm on my belly. I got to get up. I got to roll into it, switch my hips going out, and hitting our hip heist. Okay. Any questions on them?
Coach, I got one. 2 hours a day.
You know that I will say, was that 8 that I gave?
Just then?
Yeah.
More.
Let's not forget about the ride and roll. You know, that's 10, so I go back. You don't have to do it 8. We get them all 8 times a piece. You can cut them down and do all 15 and do, 5 times a piece. But you notice that, it's about 8 times, it's about a 20, 25 minute drill. What does that mean?
As a high school coach, you have them 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, say preseason or whatever right now. How often do you do them? Do you do them every day? Do you do them every other day?
We do them a lot in preseason. After every lift this year, we did them 3 days a week. We did it 3 days a week. I like to tie it in with my lift, because my practice is my practice. So, you know what? That single leg extension, a couple of those, geez, that's wrestling.
Yeah.
That's, if you can score when a guy sprawls and your arms and you're extended, you build that flexibility in your shoulders and that power of bringing them up. You're gonna win a lot of matches. So I would suggest that. Well, my guys are good. Your kids are still developing. So I'd say you probably, this might be good as much as you can get it in. Because all of these skills, everything that we're doing in these function drills is skill. Okay? It's just not, we're not drilling. Bob been set up, we get into the position where we get stopped and we compete. I put them flat on their belly, a leg coming in. Okay? So that's why we call them function drills. We gotta be able to execute at critical times when we're in trouble or when we got beat a little bit. So Boy, I do it 3 days a week. I could, but I gotta make it quick. I don't know if I make it 25 minutes, I make it something. It seems like they, and as well as you guys have done, thank you. As well as, the one thing I like about it is, they get in and get it. They know what they're doing. They go. You know, so it's a way of kind of controlling the atmosphere and their drilling a little bit. Okay. Who we got, Zach?